And now we take you live to French Trump's weekly press conference.
Hello, it is I, French Trump. I am here for the French Trump presidential press conference. I shall take questions from the press.
Mr. President, here, sir. Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. Gary Gander from New York AP. Excerpts from the book written by your niece, Mary Trump, are being read to viewers all over the news. It says, sir,
Mary was
that
very bad. Mary was very bad at her job of being my niece. I fired her. People say she became a drug addict. She was never a good niece, and she was a terrible cousin. Ivanka came to me crying. She said, Papa, Mary is not a good cousin. She is not fun to be with. She will not play the by the politician or taxes, where you had the taxes game. She will not stare at your pictures that you taught us to do, Papa. And I reached out to wipe her tear, and my hand fell into a sick casserole of facial products, and I couldn't get it out. I yelled, Ivana, get a blowtorch. My hand is stuck in Ivanka's face. No, it won't burn my hand. Point it towards more Ivanka's face. She won't feel it, Ivana. Please, Ivana. Next question.
Mr. President, here, sir. Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tony Romo with ABC News.
Hello, Tony Roma. Sprinkle a little pepper on top of my pizza, Tony Roma. Yes, go ahead, Tony.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Supreme Court has ruled that a president, in this case you, are not immune from the New York grand jury process. How do you feel about that?
I'll tell you how I feel about that, Tony. I feel that Michael Cohen, who testified before Congress that moi changed the value of my properties on my tax forms to lower my taxes, should not order anything from Amazon. Don't order food to be delivered, Michael Cohen. In fact, Michael Cohen, you might want to create a secret nook. Something like Nook. Hello, Michael Cohen. I am not carrying any explosive devices. May I come in? And when I find out which justices voted against me, they will soon open a package that they will receive in the mail and say, I don't remember ordering a horse's head. That's how I feel. Next question.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Lilac Javon from BuzzFeed News. In Mary Trump's book, she says you paid a guy named Joe Shapiro to take your SATs for you.
She's a drug addict. She's a drug addict. I never paid Joe Shapiro. Next question.
Mr. President, here, sir. Mr.
President. Yes, you.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. Emmett Manning from New York Newsday. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany said that the Republican convention that you are planning to take place in Jacksonville, Florida, will be a safe event and a good event. The head of Tulsa County Health Department says that your rally held in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the CDC recommendations were not followed, likely contributed to the area's recent spike. Was your rally in Tulsa a safe event?
I didn't get sick. So yes, I think it was safe. Next question.
Mr. President, here, sir. Mr. President, here.
You. Yes, you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Here, Gary Gander again, New York AP. In Mary Trump's book, sir, Too Much and Never Enough is the title. She, and it should be noted that she has a PhD in clinical psychology. She describes you as meeting all of the criteria for being a narcissist. What is your reaction to that, sir?
My reaction is that I'm very handsome and smart. I had the largest crowd ever at my inaugural. You are so lucky to have me as your president. I am more elite than the elite. I went to an Ivy League school. I am the best deal maker. I built the best economy. Many people say that I have done the best job with COVID-19 of any one of the world leaders.
Who said that, sir? We'd love to talk to them.
You can't. They're dead. Next question. Next question.
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Yes, you.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's Tony Romo with ABC News again. The CDC put out guidelines for opening schools, and you said they were too difficult and insisted that the CDC create new guidelines that are easier to comply with. Can you give us some examples of what those guidelines would be?
Sure, Tony. Like when they sing, they should not be facing one another unless they are more than 6 inches apart. That's important.
Excuse me, Mr. President. What problem does that solve? When would they sing facing each other at a distance of fewer than 6 inches?
Oh, you know how kids are, Tony. They get together, they do Sonny and Cher impressions. They say our love won't pay the rent before it's earned. Our money's all been spent. I guess that's so. We don't have a plot, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Next question. Next question.
Mr. President.
Right here. I have a question, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President. What other recommendations have you made to keep our students and our school personnel safe from COVID-19?
Well, I'll tell you, I told the CDC I'd like to see a picture of moi up in every classroom. I mean, I don't have COVID-19, and it may well be that I scare it away. Also, kids don't have to spend so much time in the classroom taking tests. You can just have one person takes the tests, and right there, the kids are safer. I know a guy. I can get a guy. Next question. Next question.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Yes, you, right there.
Thank you, sir. I'm just following up on my colleague's question. Why wouldn't we simply follow the CDC's instructions on an issue as fraught with risk as sending our children back to school during a pandemic, Mr. President? Why should the safety guidelines come from you, who have no medical background and, in fact, at one point thought COVID-19 was something the Democrats had made up? You have no expertise, sir.
I hope you have to cover the Republican convention in Jacksonville, Florida. There won't be a mask in sight, and instead of a balloon drop, we are dropping ragweed, and my people will love it. This is America, Gary Gander, and if people want to die from COVID-19, that's exactly what they get to do. I'll show you my expertise, you fake news fucking town crier. I'll have Don Jr. unleash his girlfriend Kimberly, and she will do a Sonny and Cher impression 2 inches from your chicken lips. This press conference is over.
This has been a live broadcast of French Trump's weekly press conference.
Starbane's Audio, a podcast network.